Hello, good morning, and welcome to the Flipping and Wholesaling Houses in New York show. I am Michael Pinter, where I teach you how to start flipping or wholesaling houses in New York. And if you're already doing it, how to grow your business. I am driving today. I gotta go. I screwed up something yesterday. I forgot to take pictures of a property. I'm going to take pictures now. Okay, so talk about reverse wholesaling. It's something that when I saw it, it sounded great, and people talk about it all the time. And I want to talk about whether it works in New York, what it is, whether it works in New York, and how you should think about it. So, first of all, what reverse wholesaling is the concept of finding buyers, cash buyers, asking them what they want, and then going out and finding those properties. It sounds brilliant, right? It sounds amazing, right? I find a cash buyer, and he's going to tell me that he's looking for a 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom minimum in East Elmont, and he will pay for $350,000 for it. All I have to do is find that property. Here's the problem with it. Now, I'm a huge advocate of not building a buyer's list, not spending 1 second building a buyer's list until you have a deal. And I say that for a few reasons, and I'll just go over them again. The number one reason is that you feel like you're accomplishing something, but you're probably accomplishing zero, because pretty much anybody you call and say, hey, I have a good deal, can I send it to you, is going to say yes. And you do not know if these people are real buyers or not. It's not easy to know what a real buyer is. So I know people that are building a buyer's list for 3 years, never gotten a deal. Now, I say this 100 times. If you get a good deal, you will find buyers. There's no question about it, right? If you have a good deal, you could sell it to me. I can put it out I can help you wholesale, whatever it is. It's not a problem finding buyers once you have a deal. The hard part of this business is finding the deal. So this concept of reverse wholesaling seems to make sense, but I don't think it works. And let me explain why. In New York, anyway. It might work in other places. I don't think it works because I have a pretty good buyer's list, right? I can wholesale properties pretty quick. I'm getting crazy wholesale numbers now for deals. They're insane. And even the guys on my list, if I press them and ask them what they want, these guys are they will not tell me, right? I get really stupid answers. Anything that makes me money, anywhere. They won't give you anything specific. And I'm talking about the guys that are paying me top dollar for my wholesale deals. They will not be pressed to give criteria. So the idea that I'm going to find a significant amount, or even 10 guys who are going to give me criteria off the bat for me before I even know what I'm doing seems ridiculous to me. But even then, every single deal is different. We have such a diverse inventory in our area, right? A lot of the things you learn online about wholesaling are in very homogeneous, simple areas, right? Now, Tom Kroll's a great guy. I really like him. And he talks about from Wholesaling Inc. And he's from Long Beach. Great guy. He says, I don't know anything about real estate. I don't know anything about ARV. Yeah, that can work. That kind of attitude can work where he is in Port St. Lucie, Florida, right? Where the inventory is very homogenous, where if I buy a property under $70,000, I know the ARV is going to be around 150. It's going to make sense. It works. It works in certain parts of Texas. It works in a lot of parts of the country. It doesn't work in New York City suburbs where everything is different. We have inventory built in the 1800s. We have inventory built in 40 years ago. We have properties that are incredibly big, incredibly small. It's very hard to pin somebody down on what they want, and it's very hard to know what a deal is. See, that's really the thing that people don't tell you. When you learn about this business, sometimes people seem to say, you seem to think you're going to buy a list of people, you're going to buy a list of prospects, you're going to call them, and these people are going to say, hey, I want to sell this property for any price, and you're going to know it's a deal. That's not what happens, right? Most likely, the guy has a number in mind, and you're not going to be sure if that's a deal or not, right? And I say this from experience because I'm joint venturing with a lot of people, first timers, who bring these deals to me, and sometimes I say to them, this is not a deal, and these guys are shocked. How can this not be a deal, right? Somebody brought me a deal. I think it was a $450,000 ARV and pretty good condition, and he could buy it for $400,000. I'm like, it's not a deal. You're going to lose money on it if you buy it, right? He didn't understand the concept of. He didn't get it, right? He didn't get it. A cash buyer is not going to buy it. A retail buyer might buy it, but there's not enough spread, and it's going to cost you $50,000 to close on the buy, close on the sale, and hold the property for 4 months. So people don't understand that probably the hardest part in our area is knowing what a deal is, right? Which is why a lot of people send me deals and say, hey, is this a deal or not? And I tell them, yes, it is, or it isn't, or it's a deal at this price. Sorry, I got to get onto the peninsula a little more. And that's really what happens. And people don't understand that. So it's not the hard. One of the hardest parts of the business is knowing what a deal is and what it isn't. That's one of my strengths is that I can figure out what the deal is pretty quick. So the reverse wholesaling thing, I don't think it works for a couple of reasons. Number one, first of all, it's a waste of your time, right? Because you're talking to people and you really don't know if they're buyers. Oh, but I saw this guy bought a property for cash once. Yeah, guy who buys property for cash maybe a one-timer. He may have lost money on the deal, right? But he bought it for $300 and sold for $500. Yeah, but if he spent $200,000 on the renovation, he lost money on it. You don't know if that guy's ever going to buy again. That's the truth. So I think it's a waste of time, and I think it's a exercise in futility, and I think even my good buyers, like I'm thinking right in my come to mind, I have guys who have bought a dozen deals for me. I could not pin these guys down to give me any real criteria. They could tell me the cities they like the most, but I'd be limiting myself if I only went to those cities because they'll buy in a lot of other cities. So, and these guys have no clue. They don't have no clue. They don't. A lot of these guys are fly by the seat of their pants kind of things. They don't have a set criteria. In other parts of the country where things are simple and, like I said, inventory is homogenous, then you can have a set criteria. It's not easy in our area because there's such a wide array of inventory and of properties that we do. So those are my thoughts on reverse wholesale. Like, I don't think it. I'm not saying the concept makes sense. It's just very hard to pin even good buyers down to criteria and then go out and find them. It's just hard. That's my thoughts. So if you're interested in how I can help you, go to howtoflipnewyork.com. If you're interested in coaching, go to coaching.howtoflipnewyork.com. If you're watching on YouTube, please subscribe. If you like these videos, please click like. I can tell you I have seen a huge increase in the number of views on my videos, and it is 100% from people liking them, because that affects the algorithm and gets shown to more people. So please keep liking them. I really appreciate when you like my video. And what else? Keep the comments coming. So like I said, I try to go live every weekday, so 5 days a week. I got to be honest, sometimes I'm drawing a complete blank. I always go to my comments and look for questions and try to answer those questions. Now, sometimes I'm just going to reply to the comment and answer the question if it's an easy answer. Sometimes I'm going to give you a link to a video I've done on that topic before, but sometimes I'm going to do a video on it. So I really, really appreciate the comments. Keep the comments coming. They mean a lot to me. I appreciate it. Thank you very, very much for watching. Let's hope I don't get into an accident shutting this off.